It's 2012 and I walk into my boss's office knowing full well that I'm about to quit. I'm about to quit my job and go off on my own. I knew that I needed a job that made a difference in my life, that would excite me in the morning, where I could always continue to grow. So I went back to school for coaching. I studied how to help other people grow and how to keep growing myself. But here's the thing, behind the scenes, it wasn't just me. Over time, what I've learned is there's a whole nother thing that we all need to be able to get to where we want to go. Do you know what it is? It's your, what I like to call, life team. It's a group of people who come around you and support you in your goals. It's so easy to think, right, that we've got to make it alone, that we've got to be a lone ranger and make it happen, but that's actually not how the real world works. When we study success and we look at how people get to where they got, Michael Jordan, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, whoever, we see that they actually have a team of people around them who support them and help them get there. So think about your life. What's your biggest dream right now? What's something that you're like, oh man, if I could make that happen, it would be amazing. Maybe it's opening a bakery. Maybe it's traveling the world. Maybe it's starting your own company. I don't know what it is. Do you know what it is? If you know what it is, the next step is you've got to have the right people around you. It could be anything from a financial advisor as you're making decisions, another baker who's a couple steps ahead of you on the journey. Maybe it's a teacher or a mentor. Maybe you need a nutritionist to help you stay healthy as you're building out a menu. What do you need on your team? Who do you need that will bring something in that you don't have yourself? We actually all need that. I know on my team, I've got Kevin right now who's shooting the video. I've got Jenny who helps me plan all my speaking events. Sam helps me with all the details behind the scenes. Lauren is my business partner. We end up doing a lot of speaking and training gigs together. So I can't even do it alone. I'm really speaking from my own experience that you're gonna need people who fill your weaknesses. The one thing about entrepreneurship, and just even about life in general, is that we all are not good at everything. We all need people. But why else do you think you might need a life team? One reason is that human beings are the most social creatures. I used to think truly that I could be a lone wolf. Even as a kid, Saturday mornings, I would stay in bed. I'd hear my whole family hanging out downstairs. I'd stay in bed until they all left the kitchen. And then I would go get breakfast. I was really like a lone wolf, like to be by myself, right? But I've learned over time that that's not really how animals are, especially social animals. We need each other. If you were to see us in the wild, we'd be in a pack. We'd be like in a little wolf pack running around together. I literally have my pack right here. Here's a wolf, a wild fox I caught. Just kidding. Humans are pack animals, and we really need each other to be able to just move through life in general, not even get something magnificent done, just to be healthy, whole humans. We also know that humans are highly social because we need each other to survive. When I used to work in prisons, we would talk to inmates who were dealing with different issues in their life, and they said the worst thing that can happen to us here is what? Solitary confinement. Being alone is the worst punishment you can do to a human being. Our minds and our brains don't handle it well at all. In fact, if you're alone too much, you'll start hallucinating and creating characters to interact with. A life team is not just about like getting people who are better than you. It is, but it's also about just your need as a human being to have people around you because you're a social creature. We also know, if you've ever studied psychology, Abraham Maslow, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the only way to self-actualize and become your highest self is right in the middle. Love and belonging. We have to be connected to other people to get to where we're supposed to go. I literally cannot become my highest self just on my own, in my room, alone. I love how Malcolm Gladwell talks about this in his book Outliers, The Story of Success. This is one of my favorite quotes from his book. No one, not rock stars, not professional athletes, not software billionaires, and not even geniuses, ever makes it alone. I don't think you and I are gonna make it alone either, you know what I'm saying? Building your life team. A long time ago, we would call this like a board of directors, right? Similar idea. We've gotta have the right people around us to get to where we wanna go. Malcolm Gladwell found that the reason that some people are successful and some people aren't are because of this one hinge factor. They have the right people around them. I'm wondering for you today, and I think about this for me all the time, do I have the right people around me right now that can help me get to where I want to go? Or do the people around me kind of slow me down, drag me down? Do I feel like I'm always taking care of them, but they're not taking care of me? Do I feel like I'm ahead of the pack and everybody else is just kind of dawdling? Or do I really have people that challenge me, that encourage me, that teach me different areas of life that I don't already know myself? I'm curious what you would say about that if you were to do kind of your own little relationship audit. So you've got this big dream that you're excited about. You've got a goal that you want to hit. It could be anything, opening a restaurant like we talked about earlier, right? Starting a business, just getting a different job. Whatever it is, hold on to that for a moment and answer this question. What do I need to do first? What do I need to do first? And if you can connect that to a person, the question might be something more like, I need someone who can do what? Or what do I need someone to help me with? Because sometimes when we feel like we have to do it all alone, we kind of get stuck. But if you could have somebody come and help you do anything to make your dream happen, what would you have them do? That'll start to get your mind going. So say you said, I want to start a business, and you're like, I don't even know where to start. I would need somebody to tell me how to start a business. Okay. Now we know to reach out to who? A businesswoman or a businessman. You see how this works? So oftentimes we get stuck because we forget that there's people all around us that want to help us build what we want most. And even if we get that far and we realize like there are people that love and support me, we pause before we actually ask for their help. I'll tell you, something that always ignites me up is when somebody says, hey Lindsay, I'm trying to do XYZ. Can you help me with this in this way? If you reach out to me and ask me that, I'm gonna be excited to help you because you know what you want and you're just trying to figure out how to get the right people in the right seats to make it happen. My first business coach, Ed, he had built and sold 16 different businesses. He was like an entrepreneur's dream. He knew everything about business systems. He knew the 8 different things I needed to build my business. And every other week we'd get on the phone and he'd say, are you doing the things we talked about? And usually I'd say yes, and I'd say, but here's where I got stuck. Boom, boom, boom. And they'd say, this is what you gotta do. And we did that for weeks and weeks, months and months, years and years. And I know that I wouldn't have a business without Ed today. All of us need the right people on our team in different seasons of our life to teach us, to encourage us. I remember one day Ed said to me, I was getting really drained. I was tired. I didn't know if I could do it anymore. I was so green. I think I had made 20 grand that year. And Ed said, if you quit, I'm gonna get on an airplane and show up on your front porch and you're gonna have to answer to me. And that was enough to keep me going. We all need moments like that, where there's people that really care about our future, that understand what we need to do, that can cheer us on. Building your life team will revolutionize your life. None of us will ever make it alone. We will need the right people in our lives, and maybe just for seasons even. We will all need the right people in our lives to be able to build the life that we imagine, that we dream of. I'm so glad that you watched this video. If you're trying to build your life team and you're not sure how to do it or what next steps to take, guess what? Guess who you can reach out to? You can just reach out to me. You can private message me or shoot me an email. We'll put my email below so you can always reach out anytime that it's helpful for you. I'm so glad you watched this video. Go build your life team, make a difference in the world, make the most of your life.